So, hey, y'all, hey, and welcome to another session of Meditations with Marigny. So, this morning is a great day because guess what? Today is my 1 year anniversary of being on YouTube. I'm so excited. Tonight, I am going to go live. I'm going to do a live at 9 p.m. I'm going to do it live on Facebook. I'm going to try to do it live on Instagram. Instagram changed some of their processes, and so I stopped going live a while back because it was just too challenging to get in. But if I can, I'm going to go live on Instagram, or for those that are on Instagram, I'll just send out the link. But the bottom line is I'm going to go live tonight. So join me tonight. It's going to be good too. I've invited a couple of people that I know going to stir the pot. And so I want to jump in this morning, and I want to continue the conversation that I was talking about the little things during dating, and just kind of giving some deep thought to conversations and just thought processes of this dating process. And I want to share with you that if you are in a situation where you meet someone and everything is good in alignment, but you all see some small things that could be major problems. I think sometimes we overlook the very small things. We're like, oh, that's minor. Oh, we could get past that. No, when you think about long term, when I am sitting with a young man and we are talking about dating and things of that sort, and when I say young man, people think that's a negative. I think I'm still a young woman, even though I'm 56. So I'm very young at heart. I have a very youthful mindset and a very youthful spirit. And so I still consider myself young. I don't know if I'm going to ever get old, seeing that young is my last name. But I want to say that when I'm sitting with someone, I am examining what are the things that, like, I know I love these things about him. So I love this, and this. And I love that. But what about this? And is this going to be a problem that is going to challenge our 80-20 position? Yes, as a whole and as an overall viewpoint, we want to look at, okay, we can live with this 80%. But what we have to look at is, in that 20%, is the 20% of the things that we do not like or we do not feel are a good fit for us, are those things within the 20% going to cause a major problem in the marriage? Sometimes we don't want to look at the hard things. And I was sharing with a girlfriend that I really am asking myself the hard questions. I'm asking myself the questions that I don't want to answer. Most times we hear those questions from family, we hear it from friends, we hear it from people that are close to us, and we don't want to answer those questions. We want to overlook it. We want to act like that doesn't exist. And we must take a hard look at the things that we do not like, even when they are little things. So, prime example, and I'm giving this example because it is so relevant, and it is such it is a prevalent component for someone like myself. I remember I told you guys about a guy that I had met a while back, and I went to visit him. And when I went to visit, his house was like totally immaculate. Now, I don't want to say that to the point, because if y'all go back in my videos, you guys have been in my home. You see my house, you see what it looks like. I have a clean house, but I have what I consider a lived-in home. I have what is considered, my house is a family house. At any given time, my family could be like, hey, can we throw something on the grill? We're going to come over. My brother's house is like that. If I go over there and, maybe the kitchen may not be as straight or something like that, and we trying to do something, I'm going to just jump in and help straighten up. Like, I'm not going over there to look at whether or not the house is in a certain order. If they come to my house, they're going to just jump in and be like, hey, where the vacuum cleaner? Where's this? And we're going to straighten up, and then we're just going to enjoy each other. I don't put a whole lot of focus on, what do they call it, aesthetics. So if I go to somebody's house and everything is in order, in my mind, because I know how I am, I'm a clean person. I was telling somebody, I said, their house might be cleaner than mine. Their house might be more organized. I was telling one of my girlfriends who is like OCD, because I called her to ask her. I really wanted to know her opinion. And I said, because you keep a very clean house. And she said, yeah. I said, well, let me tell you about me. See, I'm funny about stuff like baseboards. Like, so I might have some things out of order in my house, but if you come in the house, you're not going to find any dust in the window sills. You're not going to find any dust on the baseboards, because those are things that I think are really, really important. You're not going to, in the bathroom, when I clean the bathrooms, I'm going to put my gloves on. I'm going to not just clean the rim of the commode. I'm going to wipe all the way around it. I'm going to get all those dust particles and places that we don't really look at. Some people don't clean to that degree. So everything might be in order, but it may not be what I consider clean. So somebody might be more organized than another person, but it doesn't mean that they are more clean than another person. I want to make sure we identify those components. And so one of the things that I kind of look at is this going to bother this guy? Like, is this going to bring him out of his comfort zone? If his comfort zone is everything has to be in its particular place, and especially if you're dealing with somebody that's former military or is in the military, they have a level of structure that they have been accustomed to. But typically most guys that I've known and their families, when they come out of that structured place, is not as rigid as it is when they are in the service. But the main point that I want to make is that if you walk into someone's house and they have a policy in place, and this is the key point I wanted to get to, they have a policy in place where when you come in their home, you have to take your shoes off. Well, I have many friends that have real clean houses. I have many friends that got real organized houses. One of the things I had to look at is, do I have any friends that when you come in their house that you have to take your shoes off? I might know one or two people that is a required policy that they live by, which means that anybody's house that I go to, I'm not accustomed to taking my shoes off. So that is not going to be a practice that at 56 years old that automatically spins in my head whenever I step up to the plate to go to somebody's house. So therefore, if that's not an automatic policy that's in my mind, that's going to be a shift and or a change for me. It's going to be something that I'm going to either have to work on, I'm going to have to adjust, I'm going to have to make an alteration to. It's not going to be something that's going to be automatic just because that is someone's policy in their home. In my house, when you come in, there is a bookcase behind the door. When you come in the door, and my kids, when they come in, they take their shoes off and they put them there. When they do that, the key point is that it is not a requirement. And if it is a requirement for someone, you got to really look at that to see whether or not you're going to then be able to meet that standard for that person. And I'm saying that because people overlook little things like that, like core values line up, comfortability line up, the compatibility lines up, comfort of whether or not you're ever going to be cheated on, no issues with that, it lines up. But a concern for me was, I'm concerned that this is going to be a problem for you. If we eat pizza and we leave the pizza box there on Friday night and we don't pick that up until Saturday, are you going to be frustrated? Because that might be fine the first time. But if I do that every time, every Friday, is that going to be an issue for you? And so all I can say is the song popped in my head, said, you better run, better run, better run. You better run, better run, better run. You better run to the city of refuge. You better run, run. All right, y'all. So listen, I'm talking about the little things, and we might pick this back up tonight, because I think this will be a good conversation piece for those that I know are going to join the live tonight. But if you get a chance, join me for a live celebrating my 1 year on YouTube. And jump in the comments tonight. Like, if you decide to come, I'm going to pop it out there. I'll put the live out. I'm going to send it out to people. But if you decide to come, I would love for you to join me. As always, I'd love for you to click like. I'd love for you to share it with a friend. And I would love for you to subscribe. Have an awesome day, y'all. Bye.